Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the bunker business as one of the best businesses in the game to own, which will allow you to literally make millions in the game with very little effort. And once you get established with the bunker, then it's really passive income, and you just keep on making money while you're playing the game. So it's definitely the best business in the game to own, or one of the best businesses anyway. You will need to have an MC business or a CEO office. So let's take a look at that and what that means. So let's go down to your to the properties here. So in order to get an MC business, we're going to head over to the where is it? Money and services. Let's go to Dynasty. We've got foreclosure of Maze Bank. Let's go take a look at what the MC businesses look like. So on here, it'll allow us to take a look at clubhouses, bunkers, hangars, nightclubs, facilities, and arcades. So in order to have an MC business, we will need a clubhouse. So let's go click on that. So if we take a look at the clubhouses, the further your clubhouse, the cheaper it's going to be. So that one's $472. That one's $495. There's the one I own there downtown, which is probably one of the most expensive. I think it was only like $500K. That one's $365. Now the MC business is not as relevant to where it is, so you can just go ahead and buy the cheapest ones. If you go even further, 200,000. 210, 225. So in order to get an MC business, it's really 200K, and then you have an MC, which means you then can go and buy a bunker. Okay, so let's go to the bunkers. So the one thing you do not want to buy is this bunker in Paleto Bay. It is the worst bunker to have. And any bunker above the Alamo Sea, which is over here, is not worthwhile having at all, because when you have to do deliveries, then it's going to just take you forever to deliver those. It also means your vehicles are taking more damage, and you have to do deliveries further down. So when you actually do a sell, you're actually going to sell in Blaine for the most money. So you can either, in downtown, in LOS, for the most money. If you sell in Blaine, you actually only make less money, right? If you sell in the core, then you'll make 50% more. So do not buy any of these businesses. You may have got the Paleto Bay business for free. If you did, do not upgrade it. Sell it and buy another bunker. The two best bunkers in the game, in my opinion, are the Chumash, which is the cheapest. Right now it is 990,000, so just $1 million. For that bunker, and the farmhouse, which is more expensive. That's one I own. I like this side of the map, the right side of the map, but either one of those two businesses, in my opinion, are the best bunkers to own. So either of them are close to the core. This one, you sort of just go down the highway, and there'll be a bunch of deliveries or destination points down this side of the map, and Chumash is goes down on that side of the highway. So each one of those has direct access to the highway. It's really quick and easy. So get either one of those, depending on which area you like. So take a travel, go check it out, see if you like the area, and decide which one you want there, right? Okay, so having said that, you need to decide whether you want an office or a MC club. Again, it's much easier and quicker to start off with an MC business. The other good thing with an MC business is if you have an MK2 bike, you can call it in fairly quickly, and you may prefer that. With a CEO office, a CEO business, you have the option of getting a buzzard, and you call it in the buzzard instead. So it really depends what you want to deliver or fly back or fly around in. So when you are doing bunker deliveries, you will need to travel back to your bunker for a second vehicle. and you may also want to defend friends. So again, depends whatever you're comfortable in. If you prefer a Buzzard or a bike, you should test them out, see which one you prefer, and then maybe decide on the business that you want based on that. Okay, so let's actually talk about okay, so if we look at Dynasty A Club, let's just take a look at the businesses, at the offices. Let's take a look at that. This is the cheapest office you can buy, is $1 million for this office. You can always upgrade these offices. So just remember, when you do buy these offices, you can actually upgrade them. You get 50% back on any upgrades, and you'll get some money back, 50% probably on the building itself. Okay, so that's 3.1. That's $1 million. That's the cheapest one. Arcadius is 2.25, and then the actual Maze Tower is, I believe it's probably 3 million, I guess, in that ballpark. I like the Maze Tower just because it's central. You can see it from miles away. So if you are actually doing the import-export business, you can quickly get into it. A lot of people don't like it because of the height. And then Arcadius is just behind it. So it depends on your personal preference, right? But you will need either the club, the MC Club, or a office. And you're gonna want to buy both eventually. It's just, what can you afford now? What do you need to get started with the bunker? I would say go with a MC Club. It's only 200,000, and then save up for the bunker, because the bunker is going to be expensive to buy, and we'll talk a bit about the costs around there and the upgrades around that. So it's going to be reasonably expensive. So you are going to need a couple million for that. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual bunker itself. Let me talk about how much I've actually made over the last while. So as you can see, just to start off with, I've made 235 million just from the bunker, and this is sales, right? This isn't pure profit. So this is sales, but I mean, that's just a significant amount of money. I've done 231 sales. Or sales, and my success rate is 93%, mostly because I sell in a public solo session, so I don't have people interfering with my sales. I do have some videos on how to get a solo session on an Xbox, and there's probably videos out there on the PS4 and the PC how to do that. But yeah, you definitely want to sell when you do sell on to have a public solo session, and just invite your friends to that, or just sell solo. I do have videos on how to sell solo. You can sell a full bunker solo. There's a couple of missions that you can sell solo, which are easier than the rest. So having the Phantom Wedges, which are harder to get nowadays. They seem to spawn less than they used to. The Insurgents, the three Insurgents come out of the 3 dots. Those are the 2 main ones that you want to sell. If you don't get either one of those vehicles, then just switch sessions. Again, watch my video on those. I tell you how to do that. But yeah, you pretty much switch sessions when you don't get the right vehicles. If you just want one vehicle, then only let your stock go up to 175,000 K. If you 175,000 less, you'll get 1 vehicle. I believe it's 350,000. You'll get 2 vehicles, and then 700,000 will give you 3 vehicles or two Phantoms. So the three delivery missions that you want to do are either the Phantoms, which is the best one, the Insurgent of the 3 dots, or the monster trucks, as long as the locations or destination are close to your bunker. So you have to look at the map. So watch my other video. I talk a bit about how to select the vehicles and which ones to pick. Okay, so if you do buy a bunker, the first thing you want to do is you're going to have to buy upgrades, because you want to save on supplies, and you don't want to have to you don't want to go through the supplies and pay a lot of money. You do need the upgrades if you want to buy supplies. If you don't have upgrades, let's say you don't have enough money for the upgrades, then you're going to have to go and do steal missions, which you may have to do in the beginning anyway. You're going to have to do a few, but eventually you want to get the upgrades as soon as possible. That way you don't have to actually do the steel missions, which are just tedious waste of time. You want the bunker to work on itself by itself as passive income, and then you want to go be playing the game and doing other stuff and making money in other ways, or just having fun while your bunker generates a whole bunch of money for you. So the two that I recommend that you definitely get are the equipment upgrade. So if you purchase this upgrade, install high quality equipment, this will speed up your manufacturing research times. And then the staff upgrade, which this will speed up your manufacturing and research times, improve the overall value of your stock. Okay, so those are two that you definitely want to get. I'll show you, if I remember, hopefully by the end of this video, I have a webpage on the Reddit sub forum that kind of talks about the cost of upgrades, how fast they produce, and the suppliers, and how fast they go through the suppliers, and how much money they produce. Typically, if I remember correctly, it takes about 2 hours to go through a full bar of supplies. So you pretty much can set your watch, and then every 2 hours just go and do some steel missions, or go and buy some supplies for $75,000. Okay, so as a new player to the game, the first thing you actually want to do is you actually want to change your research here. Manage staff. Let's go to manage staff. So the first thing you want to do is, now you can do research. Research actually unlocks a whole bunch of vehicle upgrades and things like that. But initially, especially this week where there's double money, turn it to manufacturing. And the reason you want to do that is you just want it to manufacture. You don't want the research to use up any of your supplies. You want to actually get as much product produced this week, and then next week when the double money's off, then you can put on research. So research takes weeks and weeks, so you can either fast track the research, or what I did is just leave it on overnight, go to bed, and let it research during nighttime. It uses, I think, 1 bar of supplies the whole night or most of the night, and then in the morning just refill it up again. And then during the day when you're playing and stuff, just do manufacturing. But either or. I mean, right now, like I said, this week, leave it on manufacturing, and then next week you can kind of play around with that. Okay. And that's, I think that's pretty much it. In the grand scheme of things, you can, like I said, you can sell solo if you empty your public session, or if you don't, or you have friends. You don't want people blowing up your trucks and cars. So, very easy on Xbox to empty your session. Just go to your settings, go to network, and then go test NAT type. And then you go back, and this is going to empty your session, so no one's in your session to interfere with your you selling, and then you don't have to actually worry about people destroying your vehicles while you are trying to do a sell. Okay, so you can only sell in a public session, unfortunately, and you're always going to have someone trying to blow up your stuff, because the game tells you exactly to do that. So I mean, don't blame the people for playing the game. Unfortunately, that's just how the game works. When you try and do a sell, the message goes out to everyone, and they say, go after this guy because he's selling some drugs. And then some people have just started playing the game. They're cool, I'm just doing a mission, right? They don't really know they're going to just destroy all your hard work. I mean, it's not that obvious, right? It's not intuitive to do that. So don't blame the players. But yeah, there are players that go and destroy people's trucks, and it's very frustrating. So try and do it in a solo public session, or just do it with some friends. At least have some friends protecting your cells. Some people like the rush and the thrill. In my case, I just want the money so I can buy stuff, right? So. Alright, so that's, I think, pretty much it to get going as a bunker. Just to summarize, you need to be an MC, go buy a MC club for 200,000. Doesn't matter where that club is, you don't really access it too often. And there's other facilities and tools that allow you to access your club from remote, like trucks and stuff. And then go get a bunker. Get Chumash is what I'd probably recommend starting out with, and then go and upgrade your bunker with staff and equipment upgrades once you can afford it. Turn off your research by going to managing staff, turn it to manufacturing only, and then let it start producing supplies. Initially, I think you will need to do a steel mission, at least one, probably a few, to get your supplies, but you'll see how quickly that grows tiring. And then as soon as you have upgrades, then just buy those supplies. It's much easier. And there is a trick where you can actually buy supplies and then go start a mission and sit in your and watch TV. Sit in your I think you can still sit in your office or in your apartment and watch TV if you're not actually playing the game, and then that will stop the supplies from getting delivered. And then you can save money on the supplies, because as it's producing stock and you're watching TV in your apartment, the supplies don't actually come until you exit that mission, right? So you'd have to start actually a contact mission, go to your apartment and watch TV pretty much, so you don't time out or idle out, right? So there you go. Let's take a quick look, see if we can do a solo run here, if we get lucky with the right vehicle. Otherwise, we'll call it a video. So I hope someone found this useful. Please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It does help me out a lot. And please comment and let me know if you have any questions. So I'm going to sell stock here, and as you can see, if I sell locally in Blaine County, I only get 1.4 million. And if I sell in Los Santos, I get 2.1 million. Just remember, this week is double money. So next week it'll go down to 1400. I think it's 1400. I forget what the regular one is. Probably just over a million, to be honest. Actually, it's probably 11. It's probably 1.1 million. If it's 2.1, then I think it's going to be 1050. So 1,500,000 normally, right? When it's 700. So again, remember, one vehicle 175,000, two vehicles 350, and three vehicles at 700,000 when you try and sell. So if you just want one vehicle, just make sure you don't go above the 175,000 mark. Okay, let's try our luck here. Maybe I get the Phantoms by some sheer amazing bit of luck. Okay, I've got the Insurgents. Let me see if it's the three Insurgents. Yes, I got the three dots. As you can see, that's the one you want. That allows me to actually do an easy quick sell and just fly back. So let's do that quickly. Let's go actually deliver these, and then I'll show you, I'll be calling my buzzard. So most of these cells are in the main core of downtown. So like I said, I like this side of the island, or this side of the map, because it's right near the highway. But again, Chumash is also on the other highway, so it really depends which highway you kind of like, and which one you actually want. You might want to actually just mark where you have to deliver. Sometimes it'll wait for the cops to disappear. So we'll just mark it there. Because when we get closer to the actual market, it'll actually remove the yellow line. I'll just waste some time. So pretty much keep an eye on who joins. So if somebody joins and just, you're going to have to do the NAT trick again. Some people do join. Most of the time they don't actually join once you've done the NAT trick on the Xbox One. And then other times they may actually come in. And I think on PS4, you know, once you set your MT2 in the MTU, then they can't actually join. But you guys would be familiar with that. But yeah, take a look at that. Look it up. Okay, so that's gone. The cops are gone. So yeah, I got lucky today by getting the Insurgents first time. You know, some days you get really unlucky, and it takes 3 or 4 tries to get the right vehicle. Some days you get lucky, like I did the first time, and that's just how it works. And like I said, if you don't get the right vehicle, generally either the Surgeons or the Phantoms are the best. Then switch sessions, you will lose 21,000 every time you have to switch sessions. Okay, so as a CO, I can call in my buzzard. My buzzard will spawn right over here. This allows quick access to a vehicle. If you're an MC, you'll get a bike. If you are an MC and you have a teammate, your teammate can actually call in a buzzard. You cannot. I believe the actual leader cannot, because you have to be the road captain. And only the road captain can call in vehicles. Otherwise, you will have to, unless you get the MK2, but as a new player, that'll probably be unlikely, as that's probably a couple $1 million. But you'll eventually get it, and then once you have the MK2, then you can call it in right next to you and just fly it. I mean, I personally like the buzzard, but some people enjoy the bike and can fly better than in the bike instead of the buzzard. So each vehicle will typically take you 5 minutes. As you can see, I got 15 minutes to do the delivery mission. So that's 5 minutes. I'm just over 10 minutes at the moment. Okay, this one is down over there. The other best money-making business is the facility, owning a facility, and then running I think it's the second, I believe it's the second act heist mission back-to-back. Very quick. In that case, you'd want to buy the facility in Paleto Bay, because that's where the second heist actually starts. And then with a friend, you can pretty much make $1 million every sort of 15-20 minutes if you want. There is a way that you can just exit out of the heist after you have delivered, and then it will keep the heist. I do have some videos on that as well, how to do that. Okay, we're down to 8 minutes and 44 seconds. And these insurgents are pretty much indestructible, and even if you're in a full public lobby, it does take a while to take them out. So if you had somebody chasing you, the only big thing is they distract you and slow the vehicle down, and you've only got 5 minutes to deliver. But if you have friends, then you should be able to fight them off. Like I said, a lot of people find like the thrill of doing that and doing the delivery while under pressure. I'd just rather take the money, thank you very much. Okay, so we are almost at the second destination, so not too bad. Okay, and then one more. Where is it? So you can totally can do this by yourself. You don't have to wait for friends to help you sell. You don't have anyone interfering with your deliveries. Easy money that is generated passively while you play the game and have fun. So as long as you don't mind doing delivery missions, or you could just go and empty the session and get your friend to join your session. And then once your friend joins, he joins your CEO or your MC business, and then you do a sell. And that way, if you get the wrong business or the wrong vehicles, rather than you just try again, invite him back in, and just rinse and repeat until you get the vehicle that you actually want. And I will show you in a second, hopefully I don't forget, is the web page that shows you how much you can earn, the supplies, how much it will cost. So just go to the GTA Online subreddit on reddit.com. There's a mega guide, and in the mega guide there is a gun running FAQ. It's going to talk about the various vehicles, things you can buy, the upgrades, how much it'll cost, stuff like that. And of course, if you're not familiar with the GTA Online subreddit, you can of course ask lots of questions. There is a simple thread which allows you to ask new questions. People, a lot of good people on that Reddit that will help you and get you started, and there's no dumb questions. So don't feel that you can't ask them because it's a stupid question. There's no stupid questions. People are glad to help you out. Okay, so we got 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and again, just kind of near where we did the other delivery. Keep an eye, like I said, keep an eye on your session, make sure no one's joined. I've had people that joined my session, I didn't realize, and then I saw that he became an MC, and I thought, okay, he's probably somewhere else on the map. But he literally became an MC right behind me. I had one of the Phantoms. So he was pretty sneaky, he drove all the way to me, so I didn't notice, and then at the last minute became an MC so he could attempt to destroy my truck, and he always got me. I was at the airport, and he blew up the truck, which he didn't actually destroy. Those trucks are pretty hardy. But he did destroy the trailer, I think. But anyway, I managed to boot him at the session, I think, or I managed to do, I forget what happened, but either that or I managed to rehook the trailer and actually do the delivery. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's part of the game. People do that. That's how the game works. But it doesn't mean, you want that. And it's pretty sneaky of him to kind of do it right behind you, right? It's kind of lame. Okay, last delivery is normally, well, I'm saying depending on which vehicle you're getting, but one of the delivery destinations is pretty close. In this case, this is probably the closest one out of the 3 of them. And you'll notice when I finish delivery on my right hand of the screen, you're going to see that I earned 2.1 million, which out of that's probably 1,400, I guess, pure profit. I think you make around 600 to 700,000 profit even if you buy in the supplies, and obviously you make more if you either do the contact mission glitch, or you do the steal missions. You can save you more money. Alright, Yes. Final delivery. Easy peasy. There you go. Like I said, hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It does help me out a lot, and I do appreciate it, especially the new subscribers. So let me show you this webpage before I end the video. Like I said, you can get this on Reddit.com. If you want to follow this link here, it's the GTA Online comments gun running fag. I'll try and remember to put that in the description. You can just click on it. But they talk about all the upgrades. So in this case, similar to the MC businesses, there are business upgrades available, bonus upgrades, and similar to those of MC Clubhouse and CEO Office. So equipment upgrade is 1.1 million. That increases the product value and production speed. The staff upgrade, which is 598,000, increases the product value and speed, and the security upgrade, which is 351,000. Now, I've only ever been raided once in all my time. I don't think these raids happen anymore. They very rarely do, or maybe because I have the security upgrade, it doesn't really happen. I know with the MC businesses, they tend to happen all the time, right? Okay, so with no upgrades, one unit of supply is consumed every 1 minute 60 seconds. 1 unit of stock created every 10 minutes. So it does take a long time to create stock, especially if you don't have the upgrades. So that's 10 minutes compared to 7 minutes if you do have the upgrades. So there's 100 units max in 16 hours, 40 minutes, 1,000 minutes. And with the 100 units is 11 hours. So in order to fill up an entire bunker is going to take you a total of 11 hours and 40 minutes or 700 minutes, which is quite a long time. So that's why you leave it on the whole day and then let it actually produce while you are either playing the game or away. The other thing I wanted to mention is if you sit in front of security cameras, that's one of the bonuses of having the security upgrade actually. It's quite key, but you don't actually need it. You can get away with it. You can actually just go watch TV in your apartment. So if you do want to, AFK and go do something else, go outside, go for a walk type thing, you want to either look at the security cameras in your bunker, and so you don't time out, or you need to go to your apartment and look at the TV, sit down and watch TV. Either one of those will stop you from timing out. You can actually turn off your controller while you do that. So it's obviously easier to do it in your bunker. You don't actually have to leave and you can keep spawning. You don't have to go to your apartment, right? Okay, so the security upgrade there is 351,000. It's not too bad in terms of money there, right? And then, then 1 unit of stock sells for 7,000 in the county or 10.5K out of the country, which is done in Los Santos. You get a 1,050,000, as I said, for a full bunker. And out of that, profit is, I believe, around 600,000 to 700,000 pure profit of that. So it is a very profitable business. It's passive income. You can play the game while you are making money, literally. Rockstar gives us many ways to actually make money in the game. So take advantage of it. It's a good business to have. And then, when you're doing other businesses or missions, you're making money on top of that. So that's why I said, don't do the steal missions. They take too much time. You're better off doing regular contact missions and making money, or doing the import-export business other ways, and you can easily make $2 million in a day. So there you go. Good luck. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, and yeah, ask other people on my channel your questions, and we'll help you out. Have a good one.